Is we're making these tensioner brackets. So what this fixture does is it makes two bearing mounts and then a tensioner bracket. The hole has to be tapped after. You want to keep your parts in order, okay? So over here you can see this is it complete. So this is a jig that goes on, it gets screwed on here, and this is a go no-go gauge. So this that's a bit tight. So I'm going to show you what it should look like. I adjust this wear offset about 5/10, so half a thou, and that should be pretty good. You want this to kind of be a snug fit. You're not going to be able to measure this with a vernier. It's more of a fit. Now what you got is you got your Allen key. It's a 1/4 inch Allen key. You take these out. Okay. These come out. Take this, okay? That shouldn't be that tight. So this part's done. Now what you want to keep in mind is this part then moves into that position, but we just gotta knock the burr off. So for this, okay, just gonna knock that burr off. And you want to make sure that the holes are down, because otherwise what it'll end up doing is drilling through the holes. So make sure you put your holes down. Probably not a bad idea to blow that out. Okay, put your holes down. You'd never want to tighten these if there's not something supporting it on both sides, because when I got this fixture plate, someone had tightened these down and they spread those clamps open. Okay. Gonna get these. You don't really need to deburr them. They're 1/8 of an inch longer than the finished length. So this goes in here, and we're just gonna feel it with our hands. This material is gonna stick out either way of this fixture plate. Okay. And then right here, we're gonna load a new piece right here. And again, the same thing is these bolts here, just find the center there between those two bolts. We're gonna tighten this down. It'll tighten everything down here. Okay, then I'm gonna give it a tap. So, okay. Okay, and now we're gonna run it. So I'm gonna close it. Okay, so the remaining work that needs to be done to this is you want to make sure you keep it in order. What you can do here is you can put a few in a row, so it might not make sense to do this every time. We're just gonna get a bit of this 5/16 tap. Thing that doesn't hurt is get a piece of this T-slot extrusion and just double check that this stuff all fits on there. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It should be fine, but I mean, that's something that's going to be important. And like I said, do not mix up your parts. Check every part with this gauge, and then keep your parts together, because then we can track any issues, right? If let's say the tool starts getting worn, we can go back and track that. That's why you want to keep your parts in order. At the end, and that's a whole other separate video to knock all the burrs off. What I'm talking about the fit, so you can see it just fits in, and it kind of requires you to pull it out. So that's how this should be. This should be, because we're going to Loctite these bearings, so it doesn't require a big press fit. If the fit is too tight, it'll crush the outer race of the bearing down, changing the internal clearance, and it can cause the bearing to fail prematurely. So that's what you want to do.